Worked on sets for a while.
Did it get stolen?
See,
No. Let me finish. I'm on my way home. I stop off at the Fresh Basket because Michelle and Lori was here, and they wanted seared tuna, and they have the perfect ahi tuna steaks.
Yeah.
So I got it all there and walked out, got in the car, pushed the clutch in to start the car, and I went, God, is my seat forward? That feels really weird. Because the clutch doesn't feel like it goes down as far. Oh, well. Pull out of the driveway, get across, past Spokesman Review. Right at the Fox there, I had to stop the red light. And I went, that just feels weird. Next light, start going, get past Old Spaghetti Factory, red light. Push it in again, and it goes, bop, 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 and it's pushing back at me. And I'm like, oh shit. So I take the clutch off, I put it in neutral, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck am I going to do? I'm in the second lane, not the first lane, the second lane. Hey! And I'm like, okay, light turns green, push the clutch in, it goes all the way to the floor. Nothing. I try to shove it into gear, get the gas up, shove it into gear, nothing. Cars behind me are honking, yelling at me. Yeah. This is, I think, why I might be an AFib, because I just panicked. And so I got out.
Whoa, settle down there.
Got out of the car, started pushing. A homeless guy runs over and starts pushing the car. And then another guy pulls over in front of me into the far left lane, stops his car, gets out, runs over and starts pushing me. So I got up to sprinting speed with the car, and they're like, I think you're good, man. I'm like, thank you guys so much. I pull into that gas station right there on 3rd.
Yeah.
And call Michelle. I couldn't even think. I was in such panic. I'm like, what do I do? Oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? What do you need?
Just looking at MA.
What? Fakies?
I told you I need to hydrate, you guys. Fuck. I haven't peed all day.
Whoa!
I'm just kidding. I have been.
So I got a tow. And of course,
do you think I'll shut it off, put it in gear, start it with the starter trick?
No, the clutch is out. Clutch is gone.
Yeah, I know. You put it in gear when the engine's off and you start it, and it'll be rough, but it'll keep going.
Yeah, you can do that. And you can actually, if you hit the RPMs, you don't need a clutch.
Let me finish my fucking.
Go ahead.
I agree. Okay, from a dead start. But anyway, I got it towed to the downtown's Divines because they were the only ones who were open, and they weren't open, but they were going to have openings on Monday. So Divines and I talk on Monday. They say, unfortunately, this car, this brand, this make requires some tools we don't have. We apologize. We're not going to be able to fix your car. I say, okay, where should I tow it? He gives me 2 places. He says, but whatever you do, don't tow it to the dealer because they will fuck you at the drive-thru.
Yeah.
And so
good advice.
I picked a place, and they said they'd fix it. I got it towed to them. So I'm now 2 tows in. Not just the whole foot. 2 tows in. Yeah.
Hopefully you have AAA.
I have Safeco insurance, and I'm going to work on getting that reimbursed because I'm $300 and some bucks in on tows now. And they gave me an estimate, and they called me, ironically, right when I was at the ENT doctor. I got in.
Nice. Oh, yay.
That's a whole other story.
No,
I should
can't
just
wait.
do the whole story on my life's woes. Estimate? Anybody got guess to put a clutch in a Mini Cooper?
Because you have to remove the motor in order to do that, I'm going to say $1,500 to $2,000.
You're close. Anybody else?
I was going more in the 3,700 range.
Yeah. You're close.
Okay. Maria had to get her timing belt and head gasket replaced. That was
huge.
$2,000. That was $2,000.
Yeah.
I think because that's a major thing. I think we're looking $4,600.
Jackson hit the number right on the nose.
No shit. That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, $4,600 to get my car fixed. Now, I looked on Kelly Blue Book while I was shaking in the doctor's office about the financial agreement I've just gotten into. And by the way, AFib is triggered by stress.
Yes.
And also massive doses of antihistamine, which I've been doing for the last 6 months. And my car is worth maybe $7,000.
4,700.
It's totaled.
Well, that's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm going, do I put $4,600 into a $7,000 car?
That's a good question.
Or you just get some good friends and a 6-pack.
You can't replace my clutch. You should have. I should have called you
For
because
40
I'm
it is
getting
so labor intensive.
I'm getting the clutch replaced. I'm paying for it. I'm going to drive it for another year, and then I'm going to get rid of it because I'm like I love driving that car. It's a fun car to drive, and now when the clutch is replaced, it'll be zippy as hell.
Do they actually have to pull the motor?
I believe so.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's why it's so labor intensive.
Sam and I are getting an engine hoist, so it's too late though.
It is too late for this car.
And this
Also,
is not. That's a job that's not a weekend you can do.
Yeah,
You'd be
it's
down
not.
for a
It's
car.
also not a
for
weekend.
month.
Yeah.
To be fair, not a weekend I want to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, my car is out of commission, and that is just the tip of my life's adventures over the last week.
That sucks.
Yeah. No.
At least it didn't get squished by a tree.
I was gonna say it myself. Yeah.
There was no fixing that one.
That's playing through the wrong place.
Well, it makes me also wonder.
Oh shit! I wish I could have played that right.
How much would it have cost if you took it to the dealer? That probably would have been like $8,000.
Yeah, and that's what
They'd be like, we'll give you
Hey,
three
we got
for
a
it.
new one.
that's what the guy was saying. He's like, I don't want to send you to the dealer. I can't send you to the dealer. That'd be just too much.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. Now I have had little work done on that car. I have replaced the tires. I have had the oil changed, and that's been it since I've owned that car.
It's a big bite to take all at once, but it's probably like you spread it out over the life of the car.
It's not too bad. Yeah. Now I'm knocking on wood right now because I'm going to drive it out of the driveway of the mechanics, and somebody's going to rear end me, and I'm going to need. It's going to total
Totally,
right there.
yeah.
You know what they say? It depreciates the second you drive it out of the lot.
This is true.
Every father who says that should be kicked right in the nuts.
Yeah.
Right in the nuts. Hey, let's play bikes. Cleansing breath. I still sound a little nasally, don't I?
Not as bad.
Not as bad? Enough counting episodes. Time to move ahead. I guess I'll be doing this until I am dead. Bikes and beers, races local to the Tour de France. It's Packfiller time again, so let's start the dance. Welcome to episode 501 of the longest standing podcast on the sport of cycling. This is the one and only Packfiller Cycling Podcast. Think of us as a post-ride beer with friends and one asshole. I am potentially that asshole, and the ratio is a little slimmer. I'm Pat Bolger. Let's get to our tonight's prologue question to introduce the panel. Powered by Scratch Labs Fuel and Hydration is as follows. Gentlemen, as the Halloween season approaches, the biggest question is, are you a small candy or a full-size candy? Bonus, whatever is your favorite. Paul's like, I don't know any trick-or-treaters out of downtown. But let's say if you had trick-or-treaters. So,
Would you give out, or what are you saying?
would you give out?
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. So, first and foremost, he's had 18 glasses of wine this last weekend, Mr. Palmain. 18 fucking glasses, and you can't deny it.
No, I can't. That was wine tasting at Terra Blanca.
Ah,
Yeah.
shit, he said
It was-
tasting it ruined it. 'Cause
Yeah.
it was
small
like-
glasses then.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
It's still, it was equivalent to a bottle and a quarter per person.
In one day.
In
In
one sitting. Didn't you see? Oh, David didn't see the texts.
No, you didn't see the pictures.
Shocker!
18 glasses that were in a horseshoe
Yeah.
shape.
Oh, I did see that.
That's
Yeah,
what
I
it
did
was.
see that. But
Yeah.
they all had like little bits in them.
Yeah,
It was ounce and a half,
Nice. Yeah.
that's
or more than
I
ounce and
drank
a half. And
yeah.
the cup they were pouring pretty strong.
I think I've drank a bottle of myself once in my life, and I felt horrible. That's a lot of wine. What are you talking? You look at me like I'm
He's
crazy.
only done it once. I know that
You
during
know
the Bolger Schmidt years.
you know, dude. That's a Tuesday.
He's never. That's a
I've never
lot
done
of
it.
wine for
That
one
is.
person. My wife and I split one all the time.
I think this is why they're faster than I am. Because I'm like, sometimes on a Friday,
Yeah,
kill two.
easy.
Yeah.
a beer, bottle of wine, maybe a little whiskey before I go to bed, and I get the DTs.
DTs and AFib.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Paul, what's your theory on Halloween candy?
When we did live in our house, we would put out, not the little squares of stuff.
Oh,
but we
yeah.
got kind of the bigger ones.
The fun
but
size.
The fun. There's fun in mini, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Mini's
yeah.
the small one.
Yeah.
We went with the fun just because we could have gone bigger. We didn't get very many people. You could go 3 blocks up to the south, and those people are just annihilated.
Yeah.
You know, buses of kids from Northeast Hilliard area used to come in. And I'm not joking.
No,
they really would. They would hit that neighborhood and stuff.
I live a block and a half away from
A park.
from Halloween Central.
Yeah.
Which is I don't want to mention the
Mantle.
street.
Yeah.
I don't want to mention the street, David. I don't want people coming and saying, "Hey, this is where Pat lives." I'm gonna have fans in the yard camping out just for a sighting.
God, I forgot about all the fans.
You too?
Yeah.
Gosh.
So you're small.
That's
normal
what we
size.
did, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next off, he's hopefully not preparing his stand-up comedy act, Mr. Jackson Bulger.
Nope. I beat one of the best teams in the league this week.
Just so you think you're gonna be safe?
Well, according to ESPN, I have. Sorry, stand by. I have a pretty good chance. They actually do give calculations as to and predictions as to whether or not you're gonna make the playoffs. So let's look. We're looking. I'm just doing this now to continuously.
You're filling in
I am.
well.
Thank you. I appreciate you
you're
saying
covering
that.
on the mic.
I have 87% chance to make the playoffs. So I feel pretty good about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just playoffs is the cutoff?
If you don't, the bottom two, the only two who don't make playoffs have to do it. So
Oh, it's
So there's only a 13% chance.
Yep.
You're good to go.
I'm feeling pretty good.
G2G.
Yeah. And the bottom two are 2 and 6 right now. So we're looking pretty good.
That's going to be something that was probably keeping people up at night.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have to name any names, but are any of them the elders?
No.
Oh,
They're
okay.
both the youngers right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, they can take it. You know, it's a little gut punch when you're younger, something to tell your therapist when you're older.
Yeah. So we're sitting pretty right now.
Jackson, how are you on Halloween candy?
I enjoy it. We don't get anyone. We have this thing. So we've lived at our current apartment for 5 years, I would say.
Holy shit.
It's been a while. Yeah. And every year we get Halloween candy, and my wife is always like, "Oh, we're going to get some." And I had to preface with to her that the years that she worked at the hospital, she would typically have to work on Halloween night.
Oh.
And so she would never really be around for Halloween nights. And I would always be like, "No, we never get any." And so the last 2 years, 2, 3, this will be a third year, I think, of when she's not working in the hospital, she's like, "What if we get some? What if we get some? What if we get some?" We never do.
Never do.
But we do the fun size.
You do fun.
Yes, that was a long way of answering your question.
No, it's fine. Third, he seems to me to be one of those trick-or-treaters who dressed up as a doctor. Mr. David Wavels.
Wrong nurse.
Yes.
A naughty nurse.
Lucky nurse. Yes, that was always me. No, I was the kind of kid who went one time I cut a hole in a garbage can and put the lid on my head. I went as a garbage can so I could ring the doorbell and get inside and then just wait for them to come out.
Trick or treat.
Yeah, to pop out and say, "Trick or treat, motherfucker."
How many beers have you had?
That's when he was 6.
Yeah, exactly. We've never been home for Halloween at our house.
Because of the gig?
Either work or travel. This year we're traveling again.
Wow.
We'll be in Salt Lake, so we won't be home for Thanksgiving or for Halloween. But if I was, freaking childhood obesity and diabetes on the rise, they get dates and cranberries.
So your house is the one that gets egged.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, we would do small ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, my dentist, used to give out special treats and stuff like that. But,
Yeah.
back
You ever
in
get
the-
those baskets? You're going through your basket as a kid, you see pennies on the bottom. You're like, "Who the hell gave me a penny?"
Yeah, yeah.
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 And somebody always gives away toothbrushes.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
It's always
Also
dentist,
the egg
probably.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My parents give away toothbrushes to this day. Yeah. I don't think they're going to get egged. Well, I don't think they notice.
Kind of wasteful, I mean, the kids probably already got one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but it's a reminder, and they feel good about themselves and they sleep at night and then forget about it in the morning. Me, I finally saw an ENT doctor. That is my announcement and my introduction. I'm Pat Bulger, and I am a small candy bar guy too, because I believe in more variety. When I was a kid, I used to like to come home. I love full-size candy bars, but I wouldn't eat one
Yeah.
in a sitting, as a little kid. And today I'm like, I still love full-size candy bars, but it's like, dude, I got 80 Snickers instead of 2 big ones. I got, and yes, I know in terms of real estate, it's completely different. I don't see size. I am a average.
thing.
Fun size is average, right?
I am an average white guy, and I don't see size.
Sounds like something that has been rehearsed to you
Yes,
multiple times.
yes, it's plenty.
Yes. So enough is enough.
Yes, and I like variety. I like the Skittles. I like the Tootsie Rolls and all those kind of things.
Good and plenties.
No, those are terrible.
Man, the best.
Holy shit, you're old.
I would trade everything for good and plenties.
Really?
Oh yeah.
The licorice flavored
Oh
shit?
yeah.
Oh.
The pink and whites.
Never had one.
I'm the
Oh,
flavored
man.
Tootsie Rolls. Those
Underrated.
Are my dog. They are underrated.
So
it's like eating a candle, but it's
It is,
delicious.
it is.
It's a delicious candle.
So now that we've passed our 500th episode, we were talking about the good
We
old
can
days
just
of
let
this
it slide?
podcast.
Oh, okay.
No. I have a Halloween related old podcast story.
Oh,
So this was back in the day when Chris Lucas,
yeah.
if anybody knows the name, was on this show. And I remember it was about 2 or 3, maybe 2 weeks after Halloween. And I am a saver, so I like to eat the things that maybe I don't want first, and then I'll save the good stuff for last.
Oh,
And so,
shit.
do you know where I'm headed
No.
with this? So I had a king size payday. I'd never had a payday before in my life, and I
Wow.
still had never had one to this day. I probably have, but I'm going to say that for the plot. And so I remember this king size payday was sitting there in the basket.
King size
Payday. Yep. Wow. King size. Who the hell gives those away?
No.
And you, my father, said,
Oh, no.
"Do you guys want some candy? Do you guys want a piece of candy like you can grab from the basket?" And Chris Lucas goes in and he goes, "I'm taking the biggest thing in the basket," and he took out the king size payday. And I looked at him and I said, "I'm gonna get you, old man." And so one of these days he's gonna wake up and I'm gonna be above him. When he's
Cramming
sleeping,
a king
just
size
take-
down his throat.
yeah. And as you
The
can tell,
last thing he sees
is a
Jeff's
king
like
size
going,
payday.
Eat it, piggy.
Oh my god.
I have not forgotten about this. Probably, I don't know, almost 20 some years later.
Yeah, I was
yeah,
gonna say it's been a while.
yeah. So,
Oh my
Wow.
God. Well, there are 2 assholes in that story. Did I ask you if they could reach into your bag and take candy?
yeah, I think I was in the room. I don't remember like the.
'Cause Jesus Christ.
You can't rob a kid of his Halloween candy.
Well,
Yeah.
when they have like 9 pounds,
Well,
sure you can.
And when you are asked that question, you don't think I'm going to take the biggest fucking thing
Yeah.
in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the tiny Snickers.
Wait, this is an adult?
This is a grown up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a bike racer, so that explains
It's
a lot.
different.
Yeah, he was a
Yeah.
road racer.
A little bit of spectrum
He was a
disorder.
teammate
Meal
of
to
mine
meal.
and yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going from meal to meal, never
Yeah.
think,
Yeah.
If you're on my Facebook, my personal Facebook, I posted Chris is in that old team picture.
Yeah.
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 Now he's in a band, so that even explains more.
He's eating less.
Oh, he's been in a
Eating
band
less.
forever.
He
Sounds like a
has.
terrible human.
Nice person all around, really, I
Yeah.
will say, but
Yeah.
that was a bad moment.
Yeah.
That was a
Oh
bad
my
moment.
God.
When
That's
I
terrible.
see him, I'm bringing it up to his
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
Please do.
You know what? Payday. That could be your last word to him. It's payday.
Oh,
That's a good. Oh,
remember
Yeah.
this?
that's cinematic.
Payday, bitch.
It's payday. That's bitch.
That's cinematic. That's awesome.
I don't even know what's in a payday.
It's peanuts on the outside
Uh-oh.
with caramel, and there's like nougat in the middle.
Yeah, it's actually not bad.
Yeah,
But-
that's a go-to for work.
Really?
Yeah, because you got your sugar
Yeah.
and a little bit of
Little
protein,
jolt.
but mainly sugar.
I do
Mostly sugar.
almond Snickers. Those things are badass. They're so good.
Mm.
Can't do anything with coconut. Can't fuck marshmallow.
I haven't had a candy bar, and I don't know. How
Really?
No.
I eat a lot of mini ones. They always have them at the office.
They
They have a candy jar. I love it. 100 grams are my favorite.
100 grams are
Oh,
delicious.
yeah.
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 And
100
I
grams are
always
delicious.
make a joke about it. Like, oh, thanks for the bonus. Nobody laughs ever.
Everyone's like,
David, you keep trying, don't you?
You walk out of the room like a fucking guy does that.
just wait till you
every
get a
time.
new employee. It's gonna kill.
They're
Yeah.
just going to take all the 100 G's out,
Yeah.
so you don't have to hear that stupid joke again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably, yeah.
Or you just grab a Snickers and go. Gentlemen, as usual, how's everybody's cycling life going? I don't know if I want to hear this.
I just took a week off.
You did?
Yeah. I took a week off, and then I ran on a treadmill today, which was kind of nice. Yeah, nice to do something different.
What?
Yeah. I found myself for a little while there in the morning times not really looking forward to riding, and I didn't really want to keep that up, so I'm doing other forms of cardio exercise without,
Okay.
burning
myself out. Thank you.
Oh, careful. That's our topic for tonight.
Oh,
wow. Yeah. Paul, how is it?
I've been on X. I, of course, haven't hit the road other than the punishment, but I've been pretty consistent. So Saturday, because Friday night was the wine tasting. So Saturday, I kind of pushed off, and then Sunday I was kind of busy doing family things, but I'm back on track. So
Wow,
on this
okay.
couple of days. But yeah,
David's like, my FTP's up 5 points.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Was Friday or Saturday the nice? I think Friday was nice, wasn't it?
We walked down there. It wasn't too bad. Yeah.
One of the days was like 65 at the high.
Saturday.
Well,
It was Friday. It was Friday.
Must have been Friday.
I think
Yeah.
it was Friday. I can't remember, 3-day weekends.
Yeah.
So
I'd call you an asshole, but I can't wait till June.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yes. I got out Friday. That was it. And because the weather is just, it's too cold now for me.
Yeah.
But I had a great ride on Friday, first by myself. Then I went on with my wife afterwards. I did. I don't know if anybody saw it. I did similar to your punishment. I don't know why I was motivated. I didn't really want to go far.
Yeah.
I just went up Eagle Ridge 5 different ways and then up Hatch. It was
Mhm.
it was like 22 miles and like 3,200 feet or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
It's
it
a good series of climbs
yeah,
there. Yeah.
Went up every single way, ended with White Hill or
Uh-huh.
White Road.
White Road.
It was worse this time. I don't know. I was like, this is brutal. I can't believe we did this 6 times.
Yeah.
It's
So-
the weather. When it's colder,
Yeah,
it
it's
gets steeper.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. Well, you guys are rocking it. I am in absolute shitville. You might as well just take my bikes and give me a pickleball paddle because I am bad. With this sinus infection, I have been sleeping horribly. And so my mornings, my 5 o'clock alarm has been going off, and I've been just looking at it and going, no, not going to happen. And I haven't been getting up, and my weekends have been kind of busy, and I haven't probably worked out in earnest, and this is including the punishment in a good 3 weeks. It's been horrible. It's been pitiful, and I'm glad it's the time of year it is. Quick Reader's Digest version. I got into the ENT guy yesterday. He told me that we're gonna try for. Let me finish, David. A round of antibiotics, but he's gonna include steroids. The steroids. So I'm gonna get swole, bro.
You are.
I am.
Prednisone.
It is prednisone. Yeah, which means I'm gonna be just a dick.
Roid Ridge.
Exactly.
Little diabetes.
But that might.
Pissing all the time.
Yeah, but that he says he thinks going to do it. He took little pry bars and opened up my nostrils and shoved a camera up there, and so that'll be on the internet soon. But
Is there a contingency plan?
Yes, there is. If this doesn't work, there's a surgery plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which he told me, if for those of you who have weak stomachs, turn off your device now. He told me that basically they go in, they do all this kind of stuff, and then they shove sponges so far up into your brain that you think like SpongeBob. And then he says they're up there for a week.
Oh.
And he says you don't go to work for a week. He says you stay home because there's just stuff coming out your nose.
Gross.
Yeah. And he says you need to do like the saline rinses like 5 to 6 times a day. And he says after that week you go back in and they take the sponges out, and hopefully you're about 3 to 4 weeks away from back to normal.
Still 3-4 after that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy.
Right?
Hopefully it doesn't come to that. That sounds like torture.
Yeah. I'm at this point though. It's like with anything for me. I don't know about you guys, but for me with medical procedures, I always want to hit the fast forward button. I always want to go, okay, we're going to try that. No, don't fucking try. Let's go to the end. Let's just fast forward. I know that you need to refer somebody to another guy to refer to him because everybody needs to get paid. Can we just pay everybody and get me to the end result? Can I go over the rainbow and see the fucking princess?
Please.
Because I just hate this wait, and I'm sure everybody agrees with me in the entire world. But I'm never going to be normal. Mentally, physically, all the above. But I would like to be back to at least mildly normal.
Yeah.
Is that too much to ask?
No, they just need to put it in your chart. Not normal.
Yeah.
Skip normal things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm an AFib, so that's I think from the stress of my car breaking down, which I
What's
spoke
in your
about in the
hands
green
not
room.
helping things.
No,
either, by
fuck
the way.
that. You know how many beers I've had this week? And it's Tuesday.
Uh-huh.
This is my first beer of the week.
Oh, good for you.
So I know I'm a changed man. But the AFib they think could be triggered from the stress and from all the antihistamines I've been ingesting over the last 6 months. So, David, you rolled your eyes?
No, it could be. No, could be.
And I've been coughing every night, which, So anyway, what was me? Before I get to the topic, I want to ask you guys, is there anything new, like in terms of toys, in terms of gadgets or things, apps, training platforms that you guys have found recently just for this year? Paul slowly blinked and nodded. No?
No.
David, anything new?
Not really.
This was my opportunity, I guess. I was just, because I was searching around, and I know, did I mention that AI, everybody's terrified of AI, and I've done some training on AI, and this is not an endorsement for them because they're not endorsed with our show, and they also do their own podcast, and we battle for our ranking all the time, so I shouldn't mention them at all. But FastCat has a coaching app, and it has AI based concept, and their data is very obviously cycling based. So you can pick a training program. Okay, you pick, let's say they have one that's a 30-week training program. They have other ones that are fall preparation and things like that. And then they have some that are 12-week, whatever it is. They have diet plans. They have race prep. They have all that kind of stuff. But let's say you put it into your calendar, or you start from scratch. But then you go to this digital coaching selection prompt, and you can say, I only have 45 minutes during weekdays, and I want to include strength days on Fridays and Tuesdays. It thinks about it. It readjusts. And it'll incorporate that into your plan. Very similar to AI. Standard Jackson, I know you're using AI for some of your weight-based training programs. Mm-hmm. I've been playing around with other AI sources just to compare and contrast. But what's cool about FastCat too is you can say, okay, it then adjusts your workouts, and you can send them directly to Zwift or your Wahoo head unit. So I was like, that's worthy of a plug. Good for them.
Yeah,
it's kind of a cool concept.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, if anybody's, fully into it, awesome. I'd like to hear your opinions on it. It's not free.
I was going to say, what's it cost?
I think what it comes down to is the fully supported version ends up being like $35 a month.
Wow.
Or you pay one flat fee, which equates to $17 a month. So if you pay for a full year, it's $17.50 a month. But if not, you're paying $35 a month.
35 is a lot.
Yeah.
For a month.
And if you pay for a year, are you honestly after March? Are you going to be using it?
I'm sure there are a lot of people who use a training platform.
Yeah.
No, or outdoor. You
but
can send it to
in
your
this
head
group.
unit.
I don't see that being viable.
No.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I thought that was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there we go.
Cool
So
idea.
from getting motivated in training, tonight's topic, I want to talk to you guys about taking a break versus burnout versus outright quitting. We have all been there on multiple different levels. Talk to me. I want to talk first about taking a break. It doesn't sound like any of you guys do. Jackson just took the last week off, but is anybody schedule in any type of substantial, I'm not doing anything, and if so, for how long?
I mean, I would say that it's not necessarily not doing anything. I'm just not really taking it as seriously.
Okay.
And that's kind of like fall, like I would say fall to maybe like early winter. I still exercise, but I'm not training hard. That's what I would consider my time off.
Anybody else? You guys just keep going year round. You're addicted.
Yeah,
You're
for me,
robots.
it was, well, no, I mean, I don't like indoor training, but that's what it is a break from riding, right? It's
not really.
Yeah, when you're on a stationary, stagnant bike, it is not the same. When you try and stand up, it's not the same. There's so much that is not the same. You can get whatever program it is. At least you're staying cardiovascularly. You're staying the same, but you're not. It's not the same. But that in my younger days, I would always CP, and I'd take the whole October off and first part of November and go bird hunting, and then just get on it then. But I actually rode in the winter all the time. So.
What changed? Why aren't you still taking October?
Because I'm older, and because like 2 weeks off, and I'm like, it takes forever for me to get back. It doesn't come back as like it used to.
Yeah.
There's no rebound. So I just try and stay, topped off. Not really topped off.
No, I get what
I
you're
don't
saying.
want to gain any weight. I'm not really trying. I'm not hitting hard. I'm not doing massive intervals. I'm not doing FTP, testing or anything. I don't care.
Yeah.
I just, I put it in X. I have some, yoga, some workouts, and on the trainer, and that's it.
How often is that until you're
Every
playing
day.
that game?
Every
No,
day.
I mean, really, you are right now every day.
I'm about six hours a week, 6 to 7.
Okay. David, what's your schedule like? Do you call it or?
I mean, I haven't really done anything seriously since the grind. We did the ride Your Punishment, and I did the one ride last week, but it was just I didn't have any pressure to do it. It was just really nice out last week. I'll probably get on the trainer next week and just ride 4 or 5 days a week. But I think this time of year there's always like a period where I just naturally kind of back off because I just don't feel the drive, and there's no like races coming up, so I just kind of focus on other things, and it's okay for a while, and then I get the itch again and get on the trainer.
And it sounds like, David, you're not necessarily doing a structured plan.
It's not like Sam actually is in the middle of he's like, I won't touch the bike for a week or 2 weeks. I can't remember. He does this every year where he's like, I'm off for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
For
I
whatever.
love that impression too.
Yeah. Sam, thank you. I've worked on it.
Bitch.
Yeah. Also, I can't believe my mom loves David Moore.
Every day he says that before he goes to bed. Yep. He probably brushes his teeth and has a little torn up picture of you on the mirror, and then just like Rocky, he reaches over and he just crumples it right before he goes.
Got a lot of them apparently.
Yeah. Well, you need to uncrumple it and put it back up.
Fair.
You don't have to waste.
Yeah.
In terms of that structure, if you guys find yourself where it's like Jackson, you got to the point last week where you're like going, I'm dealing with a couple injuries, things aren't working well. Do you, after taking that week off, do you start over, or do you resume, or do you pretend those days didn't exist?
I think right now, because of how things were going, I think that I just need to kind of restructure a little bit.
So kind of a reset.
Yeah, a little. I think my schedule was too rigorous, and I did already put back in a training plan for starting on Monday of next week.
Okay.
Just because that's what worked for me last year, and it'll work for me again this year.
Training plan on system?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the same one I did. It's the same 12-week one, I think. And it'll go all the way through January, and it'll be that's a good spot to be too, because once it stops in January, I can just start a new one, and then that'll get me to an even further point than I was in March of last year. So
If you miss a day or days in that plan, do you just pretend they never existed and keep going at the next one, or do you go back to what they were and try and catch up?
it depends on if I have the space. If I have the space to move it forward, say it's on a Tuesday, I will move it to another day. But also at the same time, I won't, kill myself over something that I did miss. It's, as we've discussed many times before, I'm the type of person that's like, okay, we missed today, we can't do it again for a little while.
Paul, you kind of in the same boat?
If I missed a day and if there's something on the trainer that looks more interesting than what I have scheduled, then I'll do that. I try and keep up or catch up on any of the yoga or workouts.
Yeah.
But on trainer stuff,
I have to admit that I reset my plans so many times, especially this time of year. I'm like going, okay, I'll be done in December. Okay, I'll be done on January 1st. Okay, God damn it, And I will admit that I go through that just because I keep thinking, especially right now with these health bullshit things that are going on, I'm like, God, I'm not going to be able to really train that much this week. And that's supposed to be the first week of training. Like my most recent plan was supposed to start yesterday. And I'm like, I probably, should kind of wait and figure out what's going on and go from there. But then if I find myself into the second week of training and I didn't do the first week of training, do I restart or do I just jump into the second week of training? Yeah, this is the demons. These are the demons in my head. But the great thing is you can.
Yeah.
You can reset. You can restart. April's a long ways away. So thank
really
God.
is.
No, it doesn't feel like it to me. It feels like
it's already almost November.
I know it.
Don't talk anymore.
When's the shortest day of the year? I'm looking forward to that.
That would be the 22nd of December, I think, or 21st, 22nd.
Which is like,
Yeah, geez.
if we're really thinking about it, that's pretty close.
Oh, Jesus. You
Yeah.
guys.
Wow, yeah, we don't have much time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's always
so-
next year already.
There's
It's always next year. Here's 2027.
Yep.
No, I'm figuring this shit out. This is a year, right? Talk to me about burnout. Now, this is different. Burnout as opposed to needing a break. This conversation that we're about to have doesn't have to necessarily be about cycling. But when you found yourself simply not wanting to carry on with something. So, but I do want to, just to kind of, because it is a cycling podcast, have you guys ever experienced burnout in cycling? Paul, you and I might have more relation to this because we've been at it longer, and I think you're a robot, so you probably have never felt burnout.
The only time I say it wasn't really because of cycling, but I had to back off cycling. It was things in life outside of cycling that I really had to focus on.
Yeah.
And if I ignore that and I'm on the bike, that riding, at that point in time is just not pleasurable.
You're not,
It's not
you're just disappointed
I
with
should
your
be
everything you're
here.
doing.
I
Yeah,
should,
yeah.
there's other obligations. So, yeah, that's the only time I ever felt that way.
I assume you guys haven't?
Same as him. I had to back off for medical training, but I didn't want to.
Okay.
So I don't think I've ever really felt burnt out on a bike. I always want to do it.
Yeah, I haven't really felt it either. I think I have this natural ebb and flow of time to take time.
Yeah. And that intensity is most of the time what's going to lead to it.
Yeah. I think there's definitely a thing that we don't talk about as much is the mental fatigue racing puts on somebody, because it's you got to stay on if you're doing weeknight races as well as work, do all the other life stuff, and that's a big part of it too.
Yeah. Absolutely. And not being able to lock in and do some of those things when you are at a specific level, when you want to achieve the next level, it's going to take it even more commitments, and that takes more time, more stress, more strain. I did burn out in the early 90s. Paul, it was right about the time that I think you kind of came into Team Spokane and stuff like that. I was at the point in college where I was rowing on the rowing team, and I had been cycling for so long, at whatever, level you want to claim it at. But I got to the point where, and I had a couple kind of bad coaches that kind of didn't really help. They were as immature as I might have been at the time. And sometimes you need a coach that's got a square head on his shoulders, and that didn't help. And that led to a burnout, which led to probably, oh my God, 3, 4, 5 years away from the sport, where I would not even go to a bike race because I couldn't go to a bike race and watch a bike race without being upset that I wasn't in the bike race. And so, no, when you do something since the age of 13, it becomes so integral to be a part of your life. And then every year just became a little bit more on the gas. And then you reach a point where that's you take a year off, and all of a sudden you take your foot off that gas pedal, and everybody else stays on the gas. You're no longer at that level. That, fortunately at the time I was rowing and I was staying incredibly fit, and I was able to re-enter the sport at a fairly quick pace. But that moment I do remember very well, going just like, and there was a day, it came to a day where I got in an argument with my coach and I said, I'm going home. And I left before the ride even started. And I don't think I, other than just for enjoyment, got on my bike for 4 years. Yeah. It was just, I hit that point.
I would, for me, looking back now that after I had my little talk, so I think the more of a burnout was because we race so often, wasn't the racing itself, was the travel. Because we travel all the time. It was 3-4 hours, and you were gone for the weekend, and you'd come home. It's just like, oh, you're back to the grind, But really the racing part was good. But I remember I was talking to Jack. He was in town like a couple of weeks ago. We were talking about. I remember sitting on the curb after the last race, which was at Columbus Day Criterium at Seward Park, and going, Jesus, I can't believe it's already over. I mean, it's
really?
Like, now what am I going to do? The racing part, I just wanted every weekend, but to pack up, get all your stuff, go there. It starts. You're just driving for miles, and for us, it's 4 or 5 hours. Portland 6.5, or whatever, and just like, oh. Yeah. But once you got there, it was good. Then the worst is going home. Yeah. Then you're tired.
I got to work tomorrow.
Yeah. It's like everything.
Excuse me. How about anything else? A job, another passion, a relationship, anything like that you've just reached? You ever reached that point? I'll give you an example. I was in a band for a long time, and we were at the point where we were, we released some music, we were touring, we were doing stuff like that. And I remember one day with my wife and I had a discussion, and I still, it's not a regret, but it was still a surprise that I so willingly went, guys, I'm quitting the band. And that was, I think, burnout. And it was, and I quit at a pretty successful moment in where we were going. We were doing pretty well, but I walked away from it, and I haven't walked back. I mean, I have, I've played music. I'm back in touch with some of the band members, but it's not like I'm going to be, one of those 58-year-old bands who are playing, the wineries and stuff like that, singing Fleetwood Mac covers or something like that. But I walked away from it. I mean, I could think of relationships I've walked away from that were exhausting, where you just went, nope, no regrets, bye.
Adios.
Yeah. Anybody had burnout on anything other than that? Jackson, you reached the burnout in soccer, didn't you?
Yeah. That's because it's either, you step on the throat of your friend, or you should stop doing this. Mm-hmm. That's kind of just what, when
Wait, that's wrong?
But like when you're trying to make it a career, or when you're trying to make it collegiate, into the collegiate ranks of it all, it's, if you play in the same position but you're on my team, I want you almost dead. Like, I want to treat you that way. And then after a while, I was just like, no, this is a terrible this is a terrible place to be. Yeah. But other than that, I mean, I'm walking that line right now.
There was a lot of emotional strain for you at that point in time. I remember.
Yeah.
I guess some of it was parental ignorance, because I thought this was, as a parent, I remember thinking, this is what he wants to do. This is his avenue. We got to keep helping him pursue it. But there was a breaking point.
Yeah. I think I've probably talked about this before, but there was a year where we went from being this team, and we had just had a really good year on this specific team. We got to like state playoffs and everything, and we didn't make it all the way, but we got really close. And I was one of like their starters, coaches go to.
Yeah.
And this really weird thing with the Seattle Sounders where they came in and they, sponsored the team.
Yeah.
Which no longer exists, by the way. It was this big thing where a bunch of other teams from the county were like shutting down and all piling into this team.
Okay.
And we tried out for it, and I didn't make that starter team because our coach got so excited about having this whole pool that he just kind of like put me on the back burner. But then we slowly but surely began to realize that it wasn't really about quality. It was about what you financially contributed to the team.
Yeah.
And that's when I remember looking at it and being like, if I can work harder than everybody else, if I can give everything and it still doesn't matter, what really is the point of being here anymore? Especially as a 16-year-old, 17-year-old, with your life ahead of you, you really start to think like, there's so much more for me than being treated like shit on a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And then that was kind of what broke it for me. Yeah.
David, did you ever just get so burned out that you wanted to quit medical school and be a chiropractor?
Or dentist.
Or
I
a
mean,
dentist?
quit medical school and just ride my bike. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I wanted to be a chiropractor.
No,
or a dentist,
burnout
but-
on anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the
What was her name?
Yeah, exactly. No, medicine. Her name was Medicine. I think that you'd be hard pressed to find somebody in medicine who can't tell you about countless times where they've experienced burnout. I mean, it's a huge part of the career, unfortunately. Medicine is run so thin, the workload is so high that people tend to burn out young nowadays, and you always have to fight it. So I think it's something I deal with recurring and have for the last, probably 5 or 6 years. It ebbs and it waxes and wanes, and to me it manifests in times where I just, I don't want to go to work, too tired, don't want to do it. And when you finally pull yourself out of it, by whatever means that is, racing your bike helps me, race my bike, that helps me do better at work. There's just more interest in work then, and like interest in exploring and learning and, all sorts of things. But I can go on and on about burnout in medicine is, it's something that even the administrators are always trying to, come up with ways to combat, because it's costly. It costs a lot of money to lose a doctor to burnout.
Yeah.
So they don't, So
Let's talk about ways of keeping things going. There's that innovate or die mentality. I was thinking about it the other day when we hit the 500 mark. I was like going, okay, where does this go? Where do I keep going? Where do I find a reason to sit down in front of the computer on a Tuesday morning and write a show? And how do things evolve? And I know we've got to the point of that was cycling. You have to keep going. You have to find new objectives. Paul, you're an example of a guy who's kind of an enigma with this, because a lot of other people go to gravel, they go to bike packing, they go to cyclocross, they go to mountain bikes and stuff like that. You've been so consistent in your objectives. I mean, not necessarily the same races, but the same concept, the same style and things like that. So how is there, I know there's some evolution, some innovation that comes into that. So where is it, and how does it apply for you?
I don't know. When I mentioned last show that since I was a little kid, for some reason, back in the 60s when I first was on two wheels, I wanted to race a stinking bike.
Yeah.
I don't know where it comes from, but it was just like born in me. So I think there's obviously a lot of things that fire in my soul when I race bikes. It's what I aim for. It's like, oxygen type thing. And I think to put it in perspective, I always wanted to fly fighters like my dad. And it was a week before he died. I was actually over at our house, and I talked to him, and it was the first time we really got to sit down without my mom going, "You guys need a sandwich? Do you need something? Want a foot massage?" No. So, but we just sat and started talking, and his passion was flying airplanes and flying fighters, and I was talking about what I get out of bike racing. And he had this big grin and stuff, and it's this knowing your limitations and knowing what you're capable, and then using those advantages when you can apply them, and knowing the other people's weaknesses. And he says that's you're on two wheels, but that's what fighters, when you're doing as a fighter pilot, you know your jet's capability, your capability. You pick up little notes from riding or racing, or they call it rat racing, but when you're dog fighting, you start noticing little tails from everybody else, and you have to calculate that and use that to your favor. And I think that's just keeps my juices flowing.
Wow.
So and I got on the computer, and I went in today and started looking and looked at Tour de Bloom for next year.
Uh-oh.
And that just like, I mean, even when I was training on the trainer, well, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Somebody got that phone ring.
Yeah. So it's just to let you guys know, it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Son of a.
That's how they're doing it. Because I don't know
So
why.
is that everybody?
I bet you we will be. No, we were still 3 days.
There was just little brief things on there, and it says no 2-day races. I don't know if that's for the women, because this is one of the largest races in the.
Yeah.
It was Friday, Saturday, Sunday though.
Yeah,
And then the pros were Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah. And they're going Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Tuesday.
I think Tuesday.
I don't like that.
That might have killed it.
But I think it's just because of permitting.
Yeah.
On the weekend,
roads and
who
availability
knows?
and stuff like that.
But we'll find out. But still, nevertheless.
Yeah.
But
because it's so busy in Waterville. They couldn't get the permits for a Sunday in Waterville.
Yeah.
Get the tractors off the road.
Ed Jenkins is driving to get his harvester fixed that day.
Yeah. But just even looking that up, I mean, I was kind of like a little bit tired today. I had bad night's sleep, and I'm like, I could just blow off working out. And I just kind of went online. It's like, phew. I mean, I was going to do it anyway, but now I have a motivation.
Wow.
So.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. None of you guys are willing to talk about ex-girlfriends. I found that interesting. You didn't get burned out on ex-girlfriends or anything like that.
I mean, if you think about it, isn't that what a breakup is? You just burned out of the other person.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I don't know. Is that why they cheated on me? Because they're burned out on me? Is that
you
it?
okay,
No.
buddy?
Wow, you're asking him if he's okay? I've been pouring my heart out into this show for the last 20 years.
No, okay, so here's the thing though. It's like
He's helpable. I'm not.
No.
Well.
No, that's not what I'm saying. It's like when you
I'm not.
It's like when we've heard it, like you laugh about it all the time, but when
Yeah, I
Paul
have
says
to.
it, it's like,
Yeah.
whoa, Paul, this is weird.
This is my bit. You're
This is
right.
out of character.
Yeah. This is my bit. You're right. Yeah.
Actually, I used burnout to my advantage, and at one point, I guess I did burn out on dating in general. You know, after a bad relationship in college, that's when I started biking, and I just didn't date for 6 years. I was like, every time I met a girl, I'd like have 2 seconds of interest, and I'd be like, but bikes.
Bikes.
And I genuinely was just like, I don't really want to seriously date anybody. I'd rather just ride my bike.
I did the same.
Until I met Danielle.
I had a breakup. I dated a few girls, and just when I got into racing, I didn't date for 3 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's because you didn't want to invite him over for beans and rice.
I didn't have time.
And a tomato.
Yeah, I didn't have time.
Well,
I don't
the
think
condition of my taint was not presentable at first, It had not developed.
Look at the size of that saddle sore. What do you think?
At what point in the relationship is it exposed? I mean, visually.
Oh, see, that's where I probably
You guys
I didn't
gotta
know there was a line there.
turn off the lights.
So you ride
man.
bikes? Yeah. Check this out.
Wow.
Third nut?
Oh, God.
Does the thing have teeth?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Speaking of it, then never mind. There's a horror movie that I've seen.
Aye.
You seen a movie called Teeth?
No.
No.
Don't.
Where are they? Yes,
They use the term, and David, you can tell me if this is an actual term.
Clitoris is a
Vaginal
real term.
dentitis.
Oh, yeah. So, no, I don't know of that one.
Yeah. It's a movie. It's a real movie.
Here.
Yeah, it's a movie. Okay, enough about burnout. Let's switch to another segment. I don't even have a jingle for it. I just wanted to call this one cool shit. Okay, because there's some new shit coming out constantly. One of them's a little bit older, but I do want to get your opinions on it. I don't know if you guys know about this, and this is prepared copy. The newest Look Keo pedals. Oh, okay. I'm sure all of us know the Look pedal platform. Several of us have probably been on Keos because it's pretty good, pretty quality,
That's me.
affordable platform. Given that your legs and the attached feet are part of the body that moves most during any ride, it makes perfect sense that they're utilizing them for safety purposes. Often this is meant a reflective detail on the calves or a pair of bib tights or of those reflect. But Look has taken this several steps further with the introduction of its Keo Vision collection. While flat pedals come fitted with a reflector, the best clipless road pedals don't. Look have rectified this by adding a built-in light to both of its Keo Blade ceramic and the Keo, Paul's already rolling his eyes, 2 Max pedals. Using a cyclist's biomotion to great effect, the brand says that its Vision pedals increase rider visibility by 5.5 times compared to a standard fixed light attached to the seat post. With dual moving red lights, think about that, Look says that car drivers are able to better perceive both speed and distance with the pedal lights visible up to a kilometer away. I am hearing the groans already. Thoughts?
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either.
Okay.
It's a moving light. It's a Pink Floyd laser fucking light show for every car coming down the street. They're going to see that and they're going to be
I
annoyed.
don't want to charge it,
Yeah.
but I don't hate the idea of it.
My only
I could
thing,
bring it up on the monitor while you guys talk.
Okay. When you were reading it, first of all, it threw me for a loop when you said there's a light on it. I thought we were going to go in the in the direction of a reflector on it,
Yeah.
which I would have been completely
I
different
don't
about.
have a problem with that. Yeah.
But my two thoughts is road cyclists are annoyingly worried about weight. How much is a light in your pedals at all times gonna cost? Or how much weight is it gonna be? And also, how many pairs of pedals do we really have for our one road frame? The one. You know, I don't want to go and buy another pair of pedals for that road frame and then say I want to race. I don't want to change out my pedals because changing out pedals is annoying. And and to me it just sounds a little bit frustrating.
That's
and a little bit
image.
fitsy.
It's a pretty small image, but as you can see, our people can't see it on the web because on our show, on our feed, because we don't have a camera directly on that. They are smaller than one would expect in terms of where they're located.
I'm at charger burnout, and I don't even have a electronic shifting.
Yeah,
I mean, everything you turn around, you have to charge. I've got chargers all over for different. It's so frustrating. And it's like I can see, for a commuting purpose, I would say great. For road racing, I don't train at night anymore, so it doesn't apply to me. I would never.
Yeah.
I mean, people say, yeah, you could use it at daytime too.
I've got to the point where I turn mine on at daytime.
Yeah. But look at that.
That does stick out a little far, doesn't it?
I also think about the fact
Do
that
a crit on that.
Yeah.
Well, you're not striking your midfoot. It's not that. It's not. It's pretty light, that back area. It's not
I don't know. I've got some
necessarily.
pedals.
I mean, there's no doubt from a performance standpoint, this is not a good idea, right? Yeah. Like that's weight, that's rotational weight too, that you're adding. But I think
it looks removable.
Yeah,
it probably is. Yeah, but either way, I think it's a.
So you can charge it.
That's it.
I was wondering how the reaction to this was going to be, and I believe I've got the response.
I also think about the fact that, like, how much is a Varia radar? You know, it's pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Like, especially the camera one. I know it's not that cheap.
Yeah.
And to think about doing this and then another light, eventually at some point, do you feel like, when does it stop? Do I just light the whole frame?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit. Okay. There's that one. Second one, I know they've been around for a while, and I know that a couple of us are owners in them. Pocket inflators. These rechargeable, another fucking rechargeable, portable pump that we're taking with us. Paul has a Silka. I have an off-brand that is.
I have my third Silka.
You have your third.
Third one, huh?
Why?
They-
Why three?
Because they are not at all waterproof. It is sold as a portable pump that you should never take with you on your bike because it can't handle water whatsoever.
Shit.
And so
Even with the pouch that have you had?
well, the first one was in the pouch in a waterproof bag, but we got absolutely soaked in France. And even though it was a watertight bag, some water got in, enough water got in that it got in through that plastic thing too, and it was a few drops inside there, and it was broken.
That's all it took.
It's all it took on the Silka one, and the second one actually showed up broken. So that one isn't really. That was just a.
That doesn't count.
That was a dud,
Yeah.
and then they exchanged it. But I think it's great especially for in the car for races, getting your tires set. Although mine in Montana, you guys have heard my tire debacle. I set it for like 18 psi. I swear it pumped it to like 35, and I didn't check.
Oh shit.
My tires were so hard for that race. And at the end, I checked it, and I was like, "What the happened here?" I should have manually checked it. But
Wow.
anyways, I don't know that they're worth the for long traveling though. Like for going overseas, we had them in France, and it was
Until it rained.
well. Sam had one too.
Oh, okay.
his didn't.
Yeah,
fail.
he didn't take his that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, on mine, it took me a while for me to get used to how it worked and everything. That was just because I just grabbed it. I can figure this out.
Yeah.
And, you guys were with me when I had to use it, and it was just like, what the? It just became a hassle. But
Well, you didn't have the tube. Unfortunately, I did
Yeah.
in my saddle.
The
bag,
extension, the valve
Yeah,
extension.
that-
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a rubber hose that
Yeah.
attaches on there. So, for that standpoint, it works good. I really got it not for, everyday use. For carrying around, I'd rather use CO2 when I'm in the area. But when I travel, they take your CO2s, and I don't want to buy CO2s when I get down there just to leave them down there because you can't take it with you on the airplane.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that was the number one thing.
Yeah.
But I thought it would be a little more handy. They're noisy as hell, and it's another thing to charge,
Yeah.
and that rubs me the wrong way.
Also, it seems to. I'm not sure that heat works with the sealant. I feel like my tires dried out quicker this year because I use it before rides instead.
Wow.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not quite sure about that one.
It does generate a lot of heat. All of them do.
It also was rattling because of the movement. It was loosening the nut on on my mountain bike for the tubeless stem. And I had one of them, I got a flat during the ride because the stem loosened up, and I didn't realize it was because the pump was vibrating it loose.
And they're
I
not
get-
good
Wow.
for TPUs.
You can't use it.
I guess we know who this segment is not sponsored by.
Sorry.
No, mine is an off-brand, and I bought it because I don't have any beer in my glass. But Roger bought one, and I find that not only has it worked great, it gets like 5 or 6 pumps out of one charge.
Yeah.
I can adjust the PSI. It doesn't go to a basic flat rate like I think the Silken ones go to.
No,
a
just a
specific-
mini.
Oh, okay, just the mini. But mine's the same size as yours, but I can adjust it right out of the gates, and it'll go to whatever PSI I want, and it's worked pretty well for me so far.
For members of Escape Collective,
Yeah.
there will be a write-up on
Yeah.
an extensive write-up on all those. They all of them have their flaws.
Yeah.
So they're not the TPU thing. Well, Silka just came out with a new TPU
Why won't
TPU.
it work up with the TPUs?
because
The heat?
usually TPUs
Heat?
are a plastic valve
Okay.
and melts. They generate so
Jesus
much
Christ.
heat.
That
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah.
These,
So It's
Yeah.
just a small piston in there. It's going back and forth,
Yeah.
you know, and just like your car heats up, you know, it has coolant, but that's that's why they're so noisy.
It's a compressor, right?
Yeah, it's a little hand compressor.
They are not quiet.
It's like
No.
iPhone 1 technology.
Yeah, I mean, we are at the birth of this entire
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
and so it's going to take a while.
But there is still a time and a place. Like it
is.
It did really help
For traveling.
in France.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to carry. You can't carry CO2. You don't want to
No.
buy it there.
Hand
Yeah.
pump. Like
yeah.
we had 4 bikes every day. We had to check.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just weird right now in a time of such advanced technology to kind of have to reel everything back a little bit.
Yeah.
And have to just like deal with all these little kinks and annoyances in a piece of technology that is so new.
Yeah, we're at its infancy by a long ways. At least there's one thing that it is at its infancy. Everything else is just like advance, wireless shifting. You can shift your bike from your living room. It's just
Pretty
out
soon
of
AI is
control.
going to do it.
I mean, it is. It's
Yeah.
just going to assume you need to go faster.
Then it's going to just shock you in the butt.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to have a chip planted in our head that just makes it all go faster. And everybody hear David drink that beer?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was audible.
My bad.
No, it's
No,
fine.
it's
It was
not.
just like, wow, that was, and it's another fakie.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed. in
He's
you tonight.
dehydrated.
He is.
I am. I don't want to burden you guys with my bowel issues either.
Oh no.
Whoa.
That's the dehydration.
Let's get to our segments tonight. Thanks to you, the listener. Patreon's up on the homepage. Come play along with the exclusive perks and only Patreon members get. Also, big thanks to Untapped Maple, your source for pure energy, powered by Vermont maple syrup. Not just for pancakes, bitch. The bitch was my part. I guess we'll start with Paul and Changing Times tonight. Paul's segment tonight, Changing Times, entitled "Remember the Man, Not the Machine." And I think about these whenever you send these titles. I'm like going, Merckx? No, can't be Merckx. It's got to be Graham Obree. Anything like that. So, what do you got for us tonight?
Well, it was the Tour de France route was
Revealed.
revealed.
Yeah.
And they're featuring twice Alpe d'Huez in honors of 40 years since Le Mans and Bernard Hinault, kind of marking that day. And at the same time, I was like listening to a podcast, and this one particular guy is all about. It's part of his program is like he's the mechanical, the geek that's into aerodynamics and performance and all that type of thing. And it's like it just gets so overwhelming that my memories of me racing had nothing to do with the bike. It was about the experience of me racing and the individuals.
Yeah.
So all these bikes and everything, they won on this or they won on that. I think we just kind of lose. We've got the industry, and as we talked about now, the industry, it just has a tendency to make you just fall in love. Like you have to have tubeless. You have to have this. You're going to be so much faster. You save 4 watts per blah, blah. And we're chasing this thing. And it's like, man, it boils down to it. The individual. I mean, that even like I know because I like gear, but Roach. Do you remember his bike?
No. No, it wasn't Peugeot because he had Peugeot on his shorts. It was a Carrera or something like that, wasn't it?
Well, it was a Battien.
Yes.
But everybody
See, I
ran,
don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
So, and what did Le Mans win his first tour on?
It was a Giton.
I think they were called Hinaults.
But they were under the Hinault batter. Yeah.
But it's like you have all these.
Yeah.
It's not really the machine. It's the guy, and it kind of takes away some of the. That's where time trialing is boiling down to. Unfortunately, it's just like these smaller teams just do not have the money to be and resources to get guys into the tunnel and have these bikes that are just so super aerodynamic and the top notch of wheel technology and all this. It's just kind of to me snuffs out
It's
the whole
diminishing.
purpose
Yeah.
of what it's all about. And hopefully when we look back in time, it isn't what Tadej Pogačar rode, but who he is.
How he rode.
Yeah. So
I do remember, and you said it's not the machine. I think it was the paint jobs. for me back then.
Exactly.
Because that Blue Jeton of Renault was so iconic when I first started cycling. And then, the Look bikes had that Mondrian style paint job, and as you go from there, and then any time you think of Bianchi, you can see the color I'm talking about, and those were the bikes that you wanted to ride. I didn't know what they were riding. They
were made out of usually Columbus steel
and then to aluminum. And that was well,
They all weighed pretty much the same. They each. Everybody ran the same type of tire. There was,
and you didn't need a mortgage to buy the bike.
Exactly.
I don't know that I've ever really paid much attention to like the bikes that they're on, because my experience every time I get a new bike is I love it, but I am not any different. I don't feel faster.
Right.
I don't. Yeah, maybe it's different in the way it handles, or it's a little more comfortable, but it does not. I've never felt like a new road bike made me faster. The mountain bike that I got last year is a different story, but road bikes to me don't. I mean, they don't even. Ever since I got my ass whooped by some guy who showed up on like a 2007 cracked tarmac, right? Like, it's not the bike, and it doesn't matter. Just get a bike that you enjoy riding is a big thing.
I will say the only difference I've known, and David, maybe this is why maybe this is a part of why you felt like the mountain bike made a difference. Was when I went from my aluminum road bike to the carbon race bike that I have now. Yeah, that was the only time where I was like, holy shit,
I mean, once
this
you're
is different.
in that tier is kind of what I'm the caveat.
I figured.
You can't get a Walmart bike. It's not gonna that's not gonna be fast.
Yeah.
But there is technologies, obviously, to me, like carbon wheels have made a big thing, but there's some drawbacks to it too. They're fragile compared to aluminum. I mean, they were easy to fix. And as much as I'd like, the brake lever, shift lever situation was a major advancement.
Yeah.
Huge compared to down tube shifting. But, then again, everybody was on down tube shifters when Le Mans won his first tour.
Yeah.
So it was all even play. But, people get hung up on the wrong things on the mechanical. And they think that they can't win, or they have to have this in order to win. So, I think we need to get away from that and not listen to the bike industry.
Yeah. Something you mentioned too about, when you were talking about carbon wheels is like, it's tough too, because when you buy something like that, you don't necessarily know if you're buying the toughest form of it as well. Like, I remember when I broke those wheels that I found you for, it was like, that was not the highest end as opposed to what I have now. It's like, it's so confusing. You have to do so much research just to be able to find something that's a little bit durable.
Yeah.
So that's frustrating.
Yeah, that OEM concept where this is what the bike came with, so that's what you're doing. That's what you're riding, and hopefully it feels great.
But then one bump and it's like, it delaminates.
Yeah.
Crack in the road, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Thank God you stayed upright. Okay, thanks, Paul. Packfiller Dr. Masters, which means it is Ask Dr. David. This one I'm anxious to hear. Athlete's heart.
Yeah.
Or an enlarged heart. Primarily a specific area of the heart.
The left ventricle, probably.
What's the cause? Is it beneficial? Is it we're all going to drop dead someday? Well, we are.
Yeah.
Usually,
earlier than normal.
Well, so when we're talking about enlarged or athlete's heart, an enlarged heart, we're talking about the left ventricle in particular. That's the main pumping chamber of your heart, responsible for pushing the blood, that comes in from your lungs out of the heart and through the body. You can have an enlarged left ventricle, it's called LVH, or left ventricular hypertrophy, from a number of causes. I mean, some of them are bad, right? So like people who are unhealthy and have horribly high blood pressure can have LVH, and it's enlarged, and more than anything, it's a sign that you are straining your heart in a bad way. You can have it from thyroid disorders that cause your heart to work too hard. You can have it from physiologic conditions where you're just working out really hard all of the time, and your body's basically adapting by building a bigger left ventricle or left ventricular chamber with more muscle so that it can, do what you're asking of it.
Excessive masturbation.
Well, that's one way to get an enlarged LV. And then
I'm not
It's
asking.
usually I thought endurance, so
it depends on which hand you're using.
Yeah,
All right.
you know,
Okay.
You seen that video of the guy who only works one trap and he's like all messed up?
Just
One-
because of it.
really?
for
He only
fun.
works out one trap. Yeah, I don't know. Feels relevant to the conversation.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fucked up.
Could be.
Yeah.
You might.
I
have
completely
LVH.
ruined your mojo, but it
No,
was in my
no,
head, so I
yeah.
said it.
Well, it's probably what gave you LVH. But there's also pathologic left ventricular hypertrophy that can happen from things like hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Most really strong athletes, I bet you if you looked at the size of the average left ventricle in the tour, they're all large. But it's not a problem. It's not dangerous. The genetic one I'm talking about, hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, can lead to sudden death. It's unhealthy, increase in size related to an issue with your genetics. You hear about sudden cardiac death with athletes on the field. A lot of them have this and didn't realize it. It's not something you should routinely be screened for unless you have a family history, because it is genetic. So people don't need to worry about it unless they have a family history of it. But it causes issues in the way the blood gets out of the heart. Whereas the athlete's heart that's just enlarged, it's because you're asking it to do a lot, and it has to respond. I think for you, the interesting thing, the reason you're anxious about it is because, athletes and conduction abnormalities as you get older.
Yeah,
AFib.
absolutely. Yeah.
At some point, the remodeling that happens in your heart can affect the electrical pathways. It's also, you're causing high blood pressure while you exercise as a physiologic response. It's not a bad high blood pressure, but the more time you spend with high blood pressure, the more likely you are to get AFib, just like people who have bad blood pressure are more likely to get AFib. And so for people who exercise 8 hours a day, that's basically like being hypertensive 8 hours a day.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So it can lead to those changes in that, that increased hypertrophy of the muscle. Also long term, it does raise your risk slightly, but not in a way that people should stop exercising because of it.
People with this situation, is this something that upon, if they were to stop, would things return?
Yep. Yeah, it'll
Any type of atrophy kind of a thing?
Yeah, your heart will return to a normal size. Just like when we treat people with really high blood pressure, their LVH will improve over the course of years, probably. So it's not, I don't think it's anything, like, people shouldn't be worried about it that are excessively working out, unless you're passing out while you're working out. That's never a good thing.
No.
Those kinds of things will prompt you to go to your doctor, and hopefully they'll know what to do. Or if you have that family history, but so I bet all of us at some point have had an enlarged heart.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you're passing out while masturbating, that's because you're doing autoerotic asphyxiation, and that's just dangerous.
The
take
belt's
Michael's
too
word for it.
tight, folks.
It is. It killed Michael Hutchins from NXS. Oh man, we don't want to talk about it. Makes me sad.
Wow, that's. Well, talk about the worst way to find.
Don't ask me,
to be
because
found
you
dead.
know it's true.
where are you?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God!
Yeah.
Can't catch him.
Second to Elvis. I think Elvis gets.
Elvis died on the
Second.
shitter.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
gets second tier there.
He really vagaled.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh
Vagaled
Jesus,
to death.
Mama.
Jesus.
I'm starting
gotta
the
love
next
it.
segment. I'm starting the next segment because there's
Gotta
a rabbit
love
hole that could have gone down. Jackson Bulger with the cool down.
Yeah, so as you can tell by my sweater and the post that I made for this week,
I gotta say, this sweater reminds me of a couple things, and none of them are insults, even though
Sure.
one of them could be taken as such, because there were Cosby sweaters back in the day, before Bill Cosby was creepy and a rapist.
Sure.
And the
Thank
second
goodness
one,
I poured my own drink.
yeah, and this,
watch out.
and the second thing is, it reminds it's I call it your hot dog sweater because it's got all the colors
I was
of
gonna
a
say.
delicious hot dog.
Yeah. You won't believe the amount of compliments I get, though.
Do you really?
Wearing this to work, people. I was told 4 times today that somebody likes this sweater. Every single time I wear it.
I love it.
It's a great sweater, but I do have one question. What type of hot dog is delicious in white?
There's the onions, you dumbass.
The rotten kind.
I thought you were.
Onions on a hot dog.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying each of those looks like a delicious hot dog, and I was like, I could see different types of
the black
brats.
Yeah,
the midnight black one.
That's the
one
fact
that's
that you
been on the
over toasted
cooker.
the bun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So the whole
Okay.
thing's just giving hot dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
You think I'm picking individual colors? Like, oh, there's an
There's some
orange hot
ketchup,
dog. There's a
some
yellow.
onions.
Yeah, it's the whole. If you blended a hot dog, only for a couple pulses, that's what it would look like.
Yeah. Just for a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you kept going, it would look like the hot sauce on the bar.
Right.
True.
Yeah. Paul's taking the bottle. Yeah. Jackson, take us back
Yes.
onto the topic.
So I guess I have two questions. One of them's quick. One of them is for us to all ponder together.
Okay.
Are you gonna dress up for Halloween? If so, what are you gonna wear?
Oh shit.
So I will go first. My brother and sister-in-law's Halloween party is this weekend, and it is Nintendo themed.
Oh.
And so my wife and I are going to be Toad and Toadette.
Nice.
So pretty excited about that.
Not what I
Wow.
was expecting, but nice.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
see, it's ironic because he's the smallest one in the whole kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we are not. So
Oh,
yeah.
there we go.
Yeah, yeah. It makes a joke funnier to explain it. Anyways, Paul, what are you gonna be, if at all?
Nothing, and I haven't dressed up for Halloween since 3rd grade. That was the last time.
What?
Wow.
I'm not.
If you could, I'm going to include the Final K because the Final K was actually talking
Okay,
about if
okay.
you were to dress up as a famous cyclist, who would it be?
Oh,
So
okay.
let's combine them all into one. If you could dress up as somebody, who would it be?
Cyclist?
Sure.
I would do Edward Van Hooydonk and his lucky long trousers. First guy to wear knickers in the Tour of
Yeah, yeah.
Flanders. Yeah.
that's CK.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
that's how that's spelled.
Oh, I don't.
Knickers. That's how you spell knickers.
Yes.
K-N-I-C-K-E-R.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
David, are you?
Are you dressing up?
We're doing Mario themed at work, but
Are you really?
yeah.
Holy
I
shit.
don't- I'm supposed to dress up as when I play Mario Kart, I always play as Mario in the catsuit guy. You know what I'm talking about?
So
Jesus.
that worries me a little bit
Why?
because you know what a furry is?
Oh.
That's furry Mario.
Meow.
I like Mario in the catsuit. and
That's
I was
I
like,
won't poo poo. I won't yuck your yum.
yeah, I was gonna try to dress up as Mario. I don't have anything yet, but maybe I'll just get like a red shirt and a hat and shave my
Yeah.
mustache back. So, but I don't know if I'll actually because I won't even be here. I don't work on Halloween, so yeah.
Wow.
So I don't know that I'll actually
You'd
dress
be in
up.
Salt Lake.
Yeah, I'll be in Salt Lake.
Mm.
So
I haven't dressed up in a long time either. I always use the Wednesday Addams thing. What are you supposed to be? I'm a homicidal maniac. We dress like everyone else.
You can write
So-
book on your face.
What's that?
You can write book on your face.
Book.
Facebook. That's it's
I saw.
office.
I saw one in this restaurant that's no longer there. It's Peekaboo's. My wife and I used to go to, and this girl had the shirt that said "Go Fan." I'm like, I don't get it. She's a ceiling fan.
Shit.
No, it was Go Ceiling is what
Go
it was.
Ceiling.
Go
Go
Ceiling.
Ceiling.
I'm a ceiling fan.
Okay.
that
Oh,
one.
go ceiling.
Yeah,
okay.
Go
Okay. That
Ceiling.
makes a lot
And
more
I'm
sense.
like going,
That
what? Yeah.
My wife was
Go
looking for a
ceiling, man.
costume once, and we put a bunch of cotton balls all over her shirt,
Mm-hmm.
and she walked around with a squirt bottle, and she was cloudy with a chance of rain.
That's
She'd
nice.
spray somebody in the face when they asked what she was.
sorry, I just got his. I'm sitting here thinking I don't fucking get it.
That's crazy because you even said it too.
Yeah.
You know, not to call you out, not to call you out.
Yeah, I just went in, I was
He's
like,
very tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do. And here, we've got school on Friday, and there are a lot of fellow faculty members who dress up as anything, and I don't have anything. I don't know what I would do. I should do something.
Batman.
I got a Harry Potter cloak.
Go
if you want it.
Batman.
Yeah.
You could go with
Harry
the
Potter.
congestion theme and be like Waluigi.
The fuck is that?
He's a
Luigi is like
no,
the
Waluigi.
Waluigi is like the opposite of Luigi.
He's a tall purple guy that
He's
has
a bad
the,
guy.
like,
You
nasally.
happen to know what that is?
Yeah.
What I really want to do is because the 6-7 thing, I don't know if you guys know that, is
Yeah.
going around our school. And so I want to find some way to ruin that. To make it so like, wow, the old people are doing it now. Fuck this.
What's the 6-7 thing?
6-7.
It means nothing.
It doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything at all.
It's like
It came
Skibidi
off
Toilet.
Isn't it TikTok?
Yeah,
It came off of a basketball player,
Yeah,
LaMelo
just
Ball.
Yeah.
and he's 6'7".
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I hate it.
That's it. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, I do have one more though.
Oh,
If
okay.
you are
Oh,
willing
God,
to
I thought that was
answer.
it.
No,
Okay,
no,
good.
no.
Good.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
well, this was in place of the final
Okay.
K, so I'll just sign off the show.
If we were in a horror movie, who
Oh,
would
shit.
die first and who would make it to the final sprint?
fuck.
I'm going to be really honest here. I really do, and I think he would agree. I really do feel like Sam would probably be the first to die.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
say
without a
100%.
doubt.
Yeah.
Do you
I
think
think
he'd
that's
die
unanimous.
first because he'd want to be the hero?
No, I think he'd die first purely off of volume.
Yeah, too loud. His scream would be, it's too good for the audience.
Yeah, you know,
know.
I don't think if we're hiding, I don't think he would be quiet. Not
Yeah.
that he doesn't shut up. That sounded really mean. I just think that I don't think he could do it.
But have you ever heard of the term of fragging? A military term, fragging.
Like as in
Where this-
grenading.
No, you've got a captain or a sergeant, and his troops frag him. They kill him. Do you
Oh.
think we would just shove Sam towards the chainsaw wielding massacre guy? We'd just be like, fuck it.
No,
we like David
he'd screw it
better.
up and he'd find some way. You just have to give him a chance.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
be patient. He's going to
He's
just
gonna
like
screw
going.
himself up.
I gotta get home.
Yeah.
Or he shows up right
Yeah.
at the late.
I think he's out of gas.
Hi.
I think his chainsaw's out of
So
gas.
we think
I'm
Sam
gonna-
would die first, really? Okay.
I feel like that was pretty unanimous.
Yeah,
I'm gonna,
I
like
think so.
if 3
Well.
out of the 4 were able to agree,
It was 4 out of 4, though, wasn't it?
It was 4 out of 4.
well then yeah, I think Sam's dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who would make it to the end though?
Huh.
Well, Paul has experience going for him.
Paul would eventually sacrifice himself, though. He'd be the guy.
Yeah.
He'd be just like going, I'll save you guys.
I'd like to think I'd come up with a plan.
Yeah.
And then I would,
Yeah.
There's a grenade.
Yeah.
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 Thing.
I'm gonna be really honest, and I'm gonna feel a little cocky about myself here,
No, I was
David.
gonna
I
say-
feel like
Leaning
you and I
towards
could make
you.
it to the
I
end.
was leaning towards you.
I was gonna
too.
say
Yeah.
that it was gonna be you. I was gonna say you would have fuck this moment, and you'd blow your cover. You'd be like, oh fuck this, and then you'd be done with.
Yeah.
Sam goes down.
So I'm not rocking back and forth in the fetal position or anything like
No,
that.
I feel like I feel like you're trying to fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
You probably are you're probably like third to last. Like
Okay.
you fought, injured him really badly, and then
Okay.
it's between me and David.
I thought it was gonna be you. So
Paul, you've seen Alien, the first Alien.
It's been a long time.
Well,
I was drunk.
It's the big guy who's like trying to save somebody else. He's going, get out of the way, get out of the way. I would be that guy probably, like get out of the way.
Yeah.
Or like Bill Paxton in Aliens, where you want some? You want some too? Oh, you want some too? And he's just shooting them all, and then they eat him.
I also, a part of me wonders, are you predetermined to have to go before me? Because it's like a paternal thing.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like
I'm just saying that because the mics are on. But
Yeah.
I would shove you down that hole so quickly. Damn it, mic's on.
stuff too little.
trust issues.
Yeah. I think besides
Oh,
the
I know who raised you, so I understand.
Father of the year, everybody.
But no, I think this is where my mother's instincts would come in and be like, stranger danger.
Oh,
And
yeah.
in this case, everything is danger.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm happy we got to the bottom of that.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
did.
That was important
Yeah.
stuff.
We did. I hope Sam's okay with that.
Yeah.
I think he'd say it.
Yeah. My final K question was if you could dress up as a cyclist, who would you be? And mine actually was another dig at Sam. I was like, I'd dress up as Sam. I'd just put on a pair of tights and shove a couple pillows in my ass.
Okay.
No, he's got. You don't like that, David, because he's got
His
a bubble butt.
is tiny.
No,
No,
it
it
is
is.
not.
It's long like a horse.
Bubble
Yeah.
butt is not correct. Okay.
No, it's
It
not a
is
bubble
long.
butt.
It is
It's
not,
long. It's
there's
like
no volume.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no volume.
I don't know, but there is a
Like a sheet
great
of
draft
drywall.
behind that thing.
There is. And then it just gets quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like the static in the background of this track.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just like that. Jackson, thanks for that. Paul, thanks for that. David, thanks for that. I didn't do dick. Everybody, thanks for being here. Be sure and check out packfiller.com for all of our shenanigans, including links, articles on our blogazine, which I've been trying to keep up on, and past shows and interviews. And I promise, the footage for Paul's challenge is in the editing bay as I speak. It is getting put together. It's going to be a quick piece because, nobody needs to hear me. I had the camera in my mouth, and it was not a pleasant sound. So I will find some music bed to put over that.
You were only going at a mile and a half.
Yeah, I was. It took me 38 minutes to do that climb. Actually, it was going down where it was in my mouth, and it's a pretty funny sound. Thanks, you guys, for being here. Yes, I made hot sauce, and that's Sam's bottle, but I guess I'll just drink it.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Catch you guys later.